Hello, everyone, dear viewers of the channel. I am Halina, the Guardian of Secrets, a researcher of mystical phenomena, and here with me is Vadim, a historian interested in folk culture.
And welcome back to our shared exploration of Ukraine's profound and often enigmatic past. Today, Halina, I sense a particular chill in your voice, even before we've begun. What hidden depths are we plumbing today?
Today, Vadim, we're venturing into the silent, often forgotten world beneath the waves, the drowned villages of Ukraine. Imagine places, once vibrant with life, laughter, and sorrow, now submerged, their churches, homes, and graveyards lying in an aquatic slumber. They are not merely historical footnotes. They are, in the mystical sense, places where the veil between worlds is exceptionally thin.
An intriguing concept, Helena. From a purely historical standpoint, we know these drowned villages are often the result of large-scale hydroengineering projects, particularly during the Soviet era. The construction of reservoirs like the Kiev, Kaniv, or Kremenchuk seas required the relocation of hundreds of villages, some with histories stretching back centuries. It was a brutal act of planned obsolescence, a sacrifice for industrial progress.
Yes, the historical facts are undeniably tragic, but the mystical resonance runs deeper than mere relocation. What happens to the spirits of those who lived there? What about the ancestors buried in those flooded cemeteries? Our ancestors believed that the soul remains tethered to the place of its earthly existence, especially its home and resting place. When a village is drowned, it's not just land that is lost, it's an entire ecosystem of spirits, a spiritual landscape that is violently disrupted.
And this is where the rational mind seeks explanation. The profound grief, the collective trauma of forced displacement, losing ancestral lands, it's an emotional wound that would naturally manifest in powerful stories. People needed a way to process such an unimaginable loss, to articulate the feeling of their world being swallowed. The imagery of restless spirits or water nymphs like the rusalki could be a metaphorical expression of this deep-seated sorrow and attachment to the lost places.
But sometimes, Vadim, the metaphors feel too real. Consider the stories of the drowned village of Stary Orlik, now beneath the waters of the Dnipro reservoir. Locals still whisper of bells ringing from beneath the water on certain nights, especially around Ivana Kupala. They say you can sometimes hear children's cries, the poterchata, the souls of unbaptized children or those who drowned prematurely, calling out from the depths. They pull at passing boats, yearning for warmth, for human touch. It's a mournful echo from a past that refuses to be silenced.
The ringing bells and children's cries are classic auditory hallucinations or misinterpretations of natural sounds, particularly for those steeped in the village's history and folklore. The resonance of water, changes in atmospheric pressure, even migratory birds, all could be attributed to a supernatural cause by minds predisposed to such belief, especially in an environment charged with such historical weight. The Potorchata legend itself served as a cautionary tale, discouraging children from wandering near dangerous waters, and a way to deal with infant mortality in an era of high superstition.
You seek to explain away the magic, Vadim, but the human heart understands. These stories are not just warnings, they are expressions of a fundamental fear, the fear of being forgotten, of having one's memory erased. When a village is drowned, its very memory is submerged. The spirits, therefore, cry out not just for rescue, but for remembrance.
It's said that if you hear a potorchata call your name 3 times, you must not answer, or it will drag you down to its watery grave. But if you are brave enough to cast a linen shirt or a kerchief into the water, it finds peace and will no longer haunt the living.
That specific ritual, the offering of clothing, is fascinating. It speaks to a profound psychological need to provide comfort to the departed, particularly children. It's a symbolic act of caring, a way for the living to cope with the ambiguity of death and loss, especially when there's no body to bury or mourn in a traditional sense. It offers a sense of closure, even only ritualistic, and a means to pacify the perceived restless spirits, alleviating collective anxieties.
And what of the rusalki themselves, Vadim? Not just the children. These alluring yet dangerous water nymphs, often depicted as beautiful women with long green hair, are believed to be the souls of drowned maidens, often those who suffered tragic fates. In drowned villages, their numbers are said to swell. They lure men into the depths with their enchanting songs, seeking to avenge their own untimely deaths, or simply to pull others into their watery loneliness. It's a potent image, reflecting both the seductive power and the mortal danger of water.
But these stories are not merely ancient warnings, Vadim. I've spoken to elderly villagers whose families were displaced from such submerged lands. They recount feeling an inexplicable sadness, a deep melancholy when near the reservoir, even decades later. They describe vivid dreams of their old homes, of conversations with long-dead relatives who still inhabit those watery ruins. Some refuse to eat fish caught from those waters, believing they carry the essence of the drowned, or that the fish themselves might be possessed by restless spirits. It's a living tradition of fear and reverence.
That's a compelling testament to the lasting psychological impact of such events. The concept of place attachment is incredibly strong in agricultural societies. Losing one's ancestral land, especially through such a drastic transformation, can lead to what psychologists call solastalgia, a form of emotional distress caused by environmental change. The dreams, the sadness, the refusal to eat fish from tainted waters, these are all understandable human responses to a profound loss, reinterpreted through the cultural lens of existing folklore about water spirits and the sanctity of the departed. They aren't necessarily seeing ghosts, but they are certainly feeling them.
Perhaps feeling them is enough to make them real in their own way. We are discussing the power of belief, after all, and these beliefs guide human action. The traditions associated with Rusalka Week, for instance, are particularly potent near these drowned sites. People avoided swimming, especially on Thursday, believed to be the day the Rusalki were most active. They'd leave offerings of bread and linen on riverbanks, not just for good harvest, but to appease the spirits and prevent drownings. It was an acknowledgement, a form of spiritual etiquette with the unseen residents.
Those rituals were crucial for community cohesion and environmental management. By observing Rusalka Week, communities reinforced boundaries, both social and physical. It created a period of heightened awareness about the dangers of water, particularly during late spring, early summer when agricultural work might draw people closer to rivers and lakes. The offerings, too, serve a dual purpose, a respectful nod to tradition and a psychological comfort, a way of feeling proactive in warding off misfortune. It's an elegant system that blends reverence, caution, and communal identity.
So you see, Vadim, even your logical explanations strengthen my point. These stories are essential. They are not merely superstitions to be discarded, but a vital part of our cultural DNA, a blueprint for understanding our relationship with the land, with loss, and with the enduring power of memory. Losing this knowledge means losing a piece of our soul, a piece of what makes us uniquely Ukrainian. We must revive these stories, not just as historical curiosities, but as living narratives that remind us of the sacrifices made and the unseen forces that still linger.
I absolutely agree on the importance of preserving these narratives, Helena. While I seek historical and sociological roots, my goal is never to diminish the stories, but to understand why they resonated so deeply and how they shaped our ancestors' worldview. These tales are profound cultural artifacts. They teach us about resilience, about grief, about our relationship with nature, and how communities made sense of the uncontrollable. They are powerful cautionary tales and poignant memorials, even if their spirits are more symbolic than corporeal.
And that is our double conclusion, isn't it? That the spirits beneath the water are both the literal echoes of a tragic past and the symbolic embodiment of collective memory, grief, and the enduring connection to ancestral lands. They are the unseen guardians of a submerged history, constantly reminding us that even what is hidden can still influence the present.
Before we dive deeper next time, if you're as fascinated by these hidden histories as we are, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our future explorations.
Indeed, they are a powerful testament to the human need for narrative, to imbue loss with meaning. These drowned villages are not just geographical locations, they are spiritual anchors, reminding us of the profound cost of progress and the enduring power of the past. The water may cover them, but the stories continue to surface.
Exactly. The water spirits, whether Rusalki or Potorchata, are the eternal custodians of these underwater worlds,
demanding respect and remembrance. They are part of the landscape's soul, ever present, ever listening.
So the next time you look at a vast reservoir, perhaps you won't just see water, but an entire world of submerged history, both factual and folkloric. A world that continues to whisper its secrets.
A world that continues to breathe, Vadem, a mystical breath under the waves.
And if you have stories from your own family or region about drowned villages or water spirits, please share them in the comments below. We would love to hear your experiences and insights. We'll see you next time as we continue to uncover the fantastic, mystical stories of Ukraine.
Farewell for now from the depths of history and legend.